to the newsroom on the BBC World Service with me, Jeanette Gilliam. Despite violent attempts to suppress them, protests in Iran, triggered by the death of the young woman Mahsa Amini while she was in police custody, showed no sign of abating. The human rights group says at least 185 people, including children, have been killed in the unrest so far. Demonstrations that began more than 3 weeks ago at the funeral of Miss Amini in her Kurdish hometown of Saqqez quickly spread around the country, posing the biggest challenge to Iran's clerical leaders since they seized power more than 40 years ago. I got this update a short time ago from Kazra Naji of the BBC Persian service.
The latest today is that the universities are at the scene of continued unrest in several universities. We have video on social media showing schoolgirls coming out and shouting slogans against the government. The thing is that the authorities are switching on and off the internet. So we sometimes get a lot of information from Iran, and sometimes they cut the internet, and then for a while we don't get anything. So today, so far, it's been slow in terms of the amount of information we've been getting from Iran.
There have been reports, haven't there, that perhaps some of these school children are being arrested. It's very difficult, isn't it, for the authorities to know what to do, given the fact that for the first time we're seeing children taking part in such demonstrations.
It's amazing, isn't it? I've never seen schoolgirls and schoolchildren going out of the school and marching on the streets calling for the overthrow of the regime. The school children don't do that. So it must be sort of pretty widespread, pretty discontent, pretty deep for school students to come out like this. This is the most serious challenge to the Islamic Republic since its inception in 1979. Iranian authorities are putting a brave face on it, hoping that this will pass.
They're also putting their security forces out on the streets in force. We're hearing reports of dozens and dozens of people being killed, and yet these protesters, including these children, don't seem to be showing fear.
It looks that way. In many areas, it seems that the protesters' rage is more than their fear, and they're coming out in spite of serious threat to their lives and well-being. Of course, we see on the other side, the security forces have orders to shoot. We have many video evidence of that on social media people have posted that show security forces shooting directly at the protesters.
And are the security forces fully behind the Iranian government?
There are signs that many members of the security forces have doubts about shooting into the crowds. We have had evidence of division amongst them, discussions and debates to do this or not to do this. And we've had the commander of the security forces in Tehran on video telling his men not to have any doubts about fighting what he calls a war front. He compares what is happening on the streets of Iran